Greetings and salutations, YouTube. This is my first video game review, and today I will be reviewing Family Game Night for the game show for the Xbox Kinect. And first of all, I will go on the record and say this is not a good game and you should not purchase it. Now I'll go over the game a little bit. There are two major game modes. The first one is called the game show, which can be completed in roughly, I'd say 10 to 20 minutes, even though you really wish it would go quicker. And in the game show, you play through the 5 games that are included on here, which are Yahtzee Bowling, Bop It Boptagon, Scrabble Flash, Kinect 4 Basketball, and Sorry Sliders, because apparently Sorry, Kinect 4, Scrabble, Bop It, and Yahtzee, the original games, were not good enough to make the cut, even though I really would have enjoyed playing those games more. Just to begin with, the game itself, the Kinect controls, what you're really wondering about, they are wonky, to say the least, and somewhat confusing, and you will find yourself saying, what is going on, a couple times. But I'll go one game at a time. First, Yahtzee Bowling. It is, oh gosh, it's Yahtzee, but it's bad. All you do is just push. The Yahtzee Bowling and the Sorry Sliders have the exact same controls where you just push forward, and honestly it seems like they're really grasping for straws here. All you do, it's just general Yahtzee, except you only play 2 rounds and a 3rd round if you need to. It's not a bad game, it's not a good game, it's really extra filler that you will not want to come back to. The next game is Bop It Boptagon, which of all of the games, I would say this is the one your children might enjoy the most. You have to try and do different movements to bop it or whack it or whatever. And it's not a bad game per se. However, I definitely had some issues with the Kinect sensor, thinking I was trying to bop it instead of whack it, or whack it instead of pull it. That sounds a little bit dirty. Not particularly a good game, but of the 5, I would say it's pretty good. Next is Scrabble Flash, which is pretty fun, even though the AI is obviously cheating. The game is actually somewhat difficult to win against the AI because they happen to know every single 5-letter word, and it has catch-up AI. But overall, the Scrabble Flash actually is not a bad game. Next is the Kinect 4 Basketball, which I actually kind of enjoyed, even though the controls are a little bit off. But with this kind of game, you can accept it, because you don't actually get to go exactly where you want to. They bounce around, and you can hit your opponents. And of the 5 games, I would definitely say that was probably my favorite. The final game is Sorry Sliders, which was absolutely infuriating, because I tried. I played 3 of the 3 episodes of the game show, which if you have this game, you'll know is very taxing. And I could not, for the life of me, throw the slider any slower than absolutely incredibly fast. It was very annoying. As a Kinect game, this was not that much fun, and I would recommend a lot of other different games over this one. I also went back through and tried it with a controller, and I will say it is a better game with a controller. The Yahtzee Bowling is still pretty terrible. It's, like I said, it's just regular Yahtzee except with the added gimmick of you have to roll a ball. The Bop It Boptagon is nothing more than a minigame that you could fit on a keychain. You just have to hit certain buttons and you bop it. The Scrabble Flash is actually probably, I would say that was my favorite part of the game, was the Scrabble Flash with the regular controller. And the Kinect 4 Basketball was way too easy with the controller. And Sorry Sliders was bad. I mean, you get more precision, but at the same time, it's not really that much of a fun game. There's also the game mode to just play the individual games if you don't want to sit through all the cutscenes. Every single game also has a unique mode to it. What was it? The Sorry Sliders had Sumo, which just adds 3 extra guys on the playing field that that can mess with your roll. It didn't really make the game better. It's still a bad game. The Kinect 4 basketball had a mode where you just shot as fast as you wanted, which actually was pretty fun with someone else with the Kinect, because you're just shooting as fast as you can and just hoping that it goes in the right spot. I would say that was probably my favorite Kinect part of it. The Scrabble Flash is a game mode where you only try and get 5-letter words, which is it's all right. I mean, but it's not something that you would ever consider paying $60 for. The Bop It Boptagon just adds different things that you can do with your body, different ways you can contort your body to use the Bop It. And the Yahtzee Bowling adds extra pins that can be used as Yahtzee dice, but you don't actually get to pick which ones you want. So if you get 2 extra ones down there instead of the 5 dice, it picks it for you automatically. Overall, this is not a good game. I was going to give it like a 2 before I played it with the controller. With the controller, it's pretty bad, but it's acceptable. Overall, I would give the game a 3 out of 10. And overall, I would not recommend this game to anyone unless they have every single Kinect game and they are just in absolutely dire straits. But thanks for your time. And once again, Family Game Night 4, Xbox Kinect, no.